one of the best ways to establish masculinity is placing boundaries, particularly with women. When you don't like a behavior, you don't roll over and allow it to continue and then give her more in order for you to get her. You set a boundary and you have a willingness to walk away. Nice guys, what happens is they don't like to exert their boundaries and they don't have a willingness to walk away. So what ends up happening is their nice nature becomes a reason for resentment, because women don't like it. They actually feel angry when you're too nice to them, because then they don't feel protected. They feel like you're weak. If you let a woman make all the decisions for you, she'll slowly start to hate you, because she'll feel like she has to raise you and she'll lose respect for you.
Women have no problem telling men, oh, he think he all that. We think he's so fine and he not. He whack, he lame. He not even that cute. Women have no problem doing that to men, but when men turn it around, women find so much fault. Oh, why are we limiting people to this? What about my personality? A lot of women are in a space where they're always condemning the man. Oh no, girl, he was fine, but I don't know. His hairline wasn't perfect. Oh girl, he was fine, but can you believe that he was wearing Gucci cologne instead of, this cologne? Oh no, I could never be with a man who wear this cologne. Tell me you broke without telling me you broke. Like, foolish. Oh, it was all good until, he talking about, we could only do this or we could only go on a date here for our first time meeting. Brokey. Like, this is what women do. How do I know? I see it on TikTok on a daily basis.
I've invested in my body. I have a $150,000 body. I have everything that you could possibly ask for as far as brains, beauty, ambition.
And just to be clear, what's a $150,000 body? 4
BBLs, 2 breast augmentations, Botox, lip injections, and then I had the fat buckle removed out of my cheeks.
And how young are you?
28.
What age do you want to get married?
I don't necessarily have a time restraint on myself. I feel like God's going to make me cross paths with my future husband when that time is right.
And how convinced are you that a man is attracted to an ambitious boss babe or a nice, compliant, beautiful girl that doesn't give him headaches? What do you think most men like that would prefer?
I'm not looking for what most men or most women are looking like.
Well, you should be, because you want that kind of guy, so you should be.
What do you mean? I'm looking for like that 1 in a million where you're looking at like, power couples, Jay-Z, Beyonce.
So that guy, how much is he worth?
$100 million.
Okay, so that guy that's worth $100 million,
yeah.
What do you think that guy wants?
I think they want me.
What he
They're
thinks.
constantly pursuing me. What do you mean?
Why aren't you married to one yet, though?
Because I don't want to be married to one yet.
You do realize there might be people in the comments calling you absolutely delusional right now.
That's
do you
fine.
realize that?
I don't care what they have to say.
See, guys, this is the type of woman right here that will give you an absolute headache. She's talking about how she got all these BBLs and breast augmentations, and she's not worried about what most men want. Lady, what you have is what most men don't want. You have an attitude. You have this aura about yourself. You just have this, like, you are just better than anyone walking on the face of the earth. And then you talking about how God's going to send me a husband. God is not just going to send you a husband. That's not how God works. Faith that outworks is dead. So what work are you putting in for the kind of man that you want? You just going to just wait on God to just give you a husband? No, you have to put some kind of work in for what you want. And getting all these BBLs, getting all these breast augmentations, that's not what guys want. They want peace. They don't want to come home to a headache. They don't want to come home to an attitude. They don't want to come home to a woman that is just so entitled just because she's got all this augmentation that she looks good, that's what guys want. No, we want peace more than anything else.
I have realized why women think they are better than men, because we have a problem with accountability. Most women can't admit their faults or their flaws about anything when it comes to a relationship. And because we don't know how to do that, we think we are just these perfect patties, when no, we can be just as toxic as these men. And quite frankly, a lot of y'all are narcissistic, controlling, and abusive, verbally and physically. And then you want to blame the fact that we're emotional. No, sis. You got to get those emotions in check, because you're a grown ass woman. You're an adult, and you should be able to control your behavior. Those who can't are children. Okay, so if you're a grown woman and you don't know how to control your emotions, it's giving child.
Fellas, how hard is it for you to get a woman to apologize to you? How often in all the relationships have you had that a woman has genuinely apologized to you for something that she did wrong, something that she got caught red-handed in? How often have you gotten a true apology from a woman? If she cannot apologize, she is not the woman for you, because a woman who cannot apologize is toxic as hell. She will always gaslight you. She will always make it seem like it is your fault. She will get an attitude with you. She will get all up in your face, all rah-rah, may even put her hands on you. Why? Because she is not being held accountable by anyone. Anyone who will hold her accountable, she just despises them. But sometimes the only people that can truly hold these women accountable is the law. It is the police. It is these judges. Sometimes that's the only people who can hold them accountable.
A man doesn't just want to marry a hot girl. Let me explain. Yes, initially men are fueled by attraction. It's just the way that they're built. But as a woman, looks can only take you so far. What men really want and what they really need is peace. You need to be his peace. A man's job is to provide for you. He's going to be operating at high stress levels, and the last thing he needs is to deal with your toxic drama bullshit. He needs to come home after working hard all day to provide for you. He needs to come home to peace. You need to be comfort. You need to be his peace. And the older I get, truly, the more I understand this. You can literally be the hottest girl alive, the hottest. But if you are drama, if you are toxic, if you are just constant, he's gonna dip you so fast you can't even blink. Men don't like the drama. So if you really want to tie a man down, stop focusing so much on your looks and start focusing on yourself. Start focusing on how can I provide him peace? How can I provide him stability and make sure I have everything locked down here so he can go and deal with his high stress job to provide for us. Looks aren't everything at the end of the day.
So it's been brought to my attention that men no longer want to come up to women anymore. Due to sex allegations, women being just so rude and disrespectful, and rejection. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know men didn't want to come up to women anymore. I'm barely finding this out. Why do women choose to cuss guys out when they come up to them and approach them? I have no idea. I apologize for that. But there's just too many fine men. And if it takes me, the women, having to come up to you guys and shooting my shot, saying what's up, being the big stepper, then I'll just have to do that. And I'm going to just start coming up to you guys and shooting out compliments and see where it takes me. So if I start coming up to y'all in the grocery store and I say, "Excuse me, sir, you are just so sexy," I want a response. Okay, I don't want none of that shy stuff.
There was a study called from the Pew Center Research conducted a study that said 63% of men under age 30 would rather stay home and watch porn than go on a date. Men say they are getting their needs met without having to go on a date. Would men rather stay single than be with a woman is the question.
That's what they're saying, pretty much.
63% of men.
I think they're cheap.
Yeah, they just ain't got no money.
They don't have money, which you should get your money up before you start dating. So it is cheaper to sit home and beat your meat than actually go out and find actual women to hang out with.
That's a sad reality.
I disagree.
Why? What do you think?
Is it less of a headache to have to deal with a woman or something?
There it goes. Like, it's a headache. Now I got to take you out. I got to hear what you had to tell your whole day.
That's why you take out people you actually like, and then you don't feel that.
Yeah, but then I got to get to know you first to like you, right?
Yeah.
So how do I get to know you?
Call on the
phone. So you rather hand?
Hey, listen, I'm married.
Hey, you always gotta say. Okay, so if you wasn't married,
I'd probably beat him. I mean, 100 miles an hour.
A lot of guys are struggling out here dating nowadays because it's so difficult, because they are struggling even to just live. So how are they going to date when they got to pay for the first date? They got to plan all this stuff, but they are working 2, 3, or 4 jobs just to freaking live. And then you got women like this other woman talking about, oh, these guys are broke. They ain't got no money. I'm sorry. A guy should not be spending $300, $400, $500 on a first date. Hell no. About $100 maximum for a first date. So you you cannot shame a man for not spending $300-$400 on a first date, even if it don't hurt him at all. Even if he got the money, it would not hurt his pockets at all. He would spend that for brunch or something. Why should he do that for you on a first date when this man does not even know you? He don't know if you got an attitude. He don't know if you're gonna give him a headache. He don't know if you really want to get to know him for who he is or for what he can do for you. So guys are being very, very calculated about how they date nowadays. And then you have the women that are nice girls and the womenhood are for the streets. They hanging out with each other, so we can't tell the difference. So we are being very calculated about how we date nowadays.
Women don't like nice guys. Say they do, don't. They got to have an asshole first. Every woman goes through an asshole phase. They got to go with Ike, then Mike. That's right. You know what's bad? If you're a nice guy like me, you always get women after they've been out with an asshole. So now you got to be their boyfriend and their psychiatrist to help them get over this psycho. That's right. For every 20 minutes of 3 hours of therapy.
I was today years old when I found out that men are not supposed to chase after women. Proverbs 31. Don't chase after women and lose your strength. Women like that have destroyed kings. When a man hunts, you don't ever see a man chasing after a deer. He will let that deer run. He doesn't chase. So another comes. So be it.
Fellas, never chase after a woman, because if you are chasing after her, it means that she is running away from you, and she should be stoic. She should be standing still, or at least you two are coming towards each other. If you are chasing after a woman and she is purposely moving away from you, that's not who you want in your life, because if you have to keep chasing her, she is going to eventually run into the arms of someone else, because that's who she really wants. If she really wants to be with you, she will come towards you, not move away from you.
Men don't want to marry anymore because the risk outweighs the benefits. There's a risk that comes with marriage that essentially only benefits a woman. A man marries you and can only hope that one day you don't wake up and say, I feel like I don't love you anymore and I want to leave, and you can't do anything about it. According to ASA, 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Among college educated women, it jumps to 90%. You know what's crazy? I mean, a lot of us women don't have anything a man actually wants that we can bring to the table.
Men don't fear marriage. Men fear divorce. Men fear losing their family. Men fear losing their house, their livelihood. They fear losing everything that they built just because a woman woke up one day and says she wants a divorce. She says, I'm not happy. And she wants to move on and go about the streets to do what the hell else she want to do. That's what men truly fear. They fear losing everything that they have going for themselves, everything that they have in their lives, all because a woman decided she wanted to file for divorce. So men they want to get married, but they are afraid as hell of divorce.
I have never felt for short kings more until I watched this video.
We wanted to see if anyone would pick 5'3" Rob. When Andrea told us women like doctors, we gave him an MD. Their choice? Andrew. I would say Matt, I think. No, Rob.
He's a doctor.
We piled on some more assets. We said, besides being a doctor, he was also a best-selling author and champion skier who just built his own ski house.
Does that affect your choices?
He's still short. Then we gave Rob a promotion. We made him chief of staff at a prestigious hospital.
Who would you pick, Kim?
Andrew's probably the closest to who I'd pick. I'd pick Matt.
He's chief of
Jeffrey,
staff.
the pilot. What would it take? Now we said Rob was also a gourmet cook who loves children.
Oh, definitely. I would take him in a minute. Then height, no problem.
I wouldn't, because I would think I don't want short little kids.
So I gotta say, shout out to all the short men, because y'all be playing life on legendary difficulty, and y'all still be living, man. Y'all still do it.
Okay, call me crazy, but it seems like the only way women can be consistently happy in a relationship is if men don't fall short in any capacity. Like they can't mess up at all or have any shortcomings that sometimes they can't help. Like, for example, if he were to lose his job for a time period and he's actively looking, women don't want to be having to be providers for too long, right? Or if he gets sick, or if he becomes disabled, or, if it's something that requires more than the normal routine, y'all ain't going for it, right? But you are supposed to be his backup, his support system. Like literally how y'all be backing up your best friends. Your man is supposed to be your best friend. So if he should fall on rough times, you're supposed to be there to support him, right? And again, y'all don't give men room to have struggles, at times, and y'all don't really give them enough room to show that you're willing to actually be there for them. A lot of y'all just choose, I'm out, I don't have to put up with this, I don't have the capacity to deal with this. And if you know you can't handle a man, during his rough patches, there's going to be trials and tribulations, right? And if you can't handle some of the trials that he goes through, you ain't ready for a relationship. Right? It should not be looked at as a chore to support your partner. It should be something that you want to do. I mean, think about somebody that you love dearly and how you support them. Like, I don't understand why your partner is not put on that same realm. But anyway, yeah, y'all make it almost impossible for men to actually show that they're human. If they are not perfect all the time, or if they fall short, it's like a time limit, an unspoken time limit. If a woman is unhappy, for too long regarding her situation, she out. And what makes this even crazier is that y'all want these men to love you through your trials and tribulations. You don't want to be judged or left unsupported through some of the things that you go through. But the moment he hits a rough patch, and if the rough patch lasts too long in your head, you ain't going for it. So again, we ain't fair. We're not fair when it comes to, our expectations and our willingness to commit to a person.
Fellas, if you lost your job, how long do you think that your girl, your wife, would stay? How quickly would she be gone if you lost your job? What is the grace period for a man who loses his job? Because men are loved conditionally. Men are loved only under the guise that we can provide something. If a man does not have any income for whatever reason, if he was laid off, if he was unjustly fired, or the job business closed, whatever, he has a very small window to find another job, find suitable work, because women do not want to be the breadwinners. They do not want to pay a majority of the bills. Damn sure don't want to pay 100% of the bills with any man whatsoever. Women want a man to work. If he is not working for whatever reason, she gone. She gone. If he is going through any kind of stress, any kind of trauma, okay, she'll give you a little grace period. But if you dealing with that for a long term, she gone. If you have some trauma that you need to go through, that you're going through, and you have some kind of mental things going on, okay, you can get some therapy or whatever. But if that takes too long, she gone. This is what she is talking about. When men have shortcomings, women don't, they give you a grace period, but then they're gone. They out the door because they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to be there for the long haul. They don't want to be there for the trials and tribulations, but they want you to be there for them when they go through their trials and tribulations. And honestly, that's more often because women are more emotional than men. Women are more often to take mental health days than men. So you have women who they want you to be there for them in their time of need. But when a man goes through some serious stuff and he has a time of need, women are giving men a very short window to get their shit together before they go on and out the door. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Did I get anything right? Did I get anything wrong? What do y'all think about these series of videos? Do you think that women will stick around for a man if he has a shortcoming for a long period of time? When I say a long period of time, I'm talking more than about 90 days. Do you think women will stick around? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.